What's happening, y'all? I hope y'all was a part of yesterday's Cle Sports Picks. If you were a big winner. Not the Flash, but you were a big winner if you were part of some real solid things going on. So again, Cle Sports Betting. We bring it to you. We bring you live action. We tell you what's going on before it happens. We don't predict. We just understand the market. Just like there's a stock market, there's a betting market. And right now, it's September 18th. September 18th, y'all. And you will get your best shark picks from Cle Sports Betting today. As you see, like I said, I won a couple ducats. Also got a let me put my information off of this. You know what I mean? Also got a situation where withdraw, a nice withdrawal, 600 withdrawal. Then we went to the casino, got another couple hundred. So let me tell y'all my strategy. As I told y'all previously, what I do is make straight bets on the teams that I'm going to discuss as today. I make those straight bets, and then I also do a couple parlays, switching up a couple different things as far as for the betting purposes. Yesterday, we had some pretty big wins. Not only did the Yankees win big, but also, who else did we have big? Oh, we had the Astros. We had forget about yesterday. Today is Friday, September 18th. Let's get back to it. Today is Friday, September 18th. You're going with Cle Sports Betting. We're not here to play. We're here to get shark money. Let's get to it. So the first couple games today, you got some early morning games. You got a lot of double headers. Now, pay attention to these double headers. These are something that are very unique as far as when it comes to sports. It could be 2 wins or 2 losses or 1-1. You got to pay very close attention. And if you pay close attention, you can win some money. Now today, first doubleheader we got is St. Louis Cardinals. I've been messing up on the names I see, but because I've been talking too fast. But the St. Louis Cardinals, as we all know, versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now yesterday, the Pirates did beat the Cardinals pretty bad. What was the score? Yesterday's score. They beat them pretty bad. It was like 5-1, overall. And it just wasn't the best game for the Cardinals, still seeking playoff contention. It wasn't, good for them to lose, overall. But today, I definitely have the Cardinals. And the reason why is because Trevor Williams is not the greatest pitcher. That's who will be pitching for the Pirates today. Trevor Williams, he pretty much has a horrible ERA. When he's on the mound, he pretty much can't withstand more than 4 innings. And if you got a pitcher that can't withstand more than 4 innings, it's usually because of runs. Now, as far as the St. Louis Cardinals, their pitcher, Carlos Martinez, he's also have a horrible ERA. He hasn't been the best overall. So I think his ERA is 10-10. Which is horrible if you're, looking for people that have a negative ERA. I mean, not negative, but a 0.37 or 38 or 1.45. Those, about 3.3 is the typical, or about 4.5 is the typical ERA. And Carlos Martinez also has a horrible ERA. But the reason I'm taking the Cardinals is because they're looking for playoff contention. Their record is 22-24. Right now, I got to take the Cardinals and the under. All right, when we get to Philadelphia and Toronto Blue Jays, you got for the Blue Jays, Robbie Ray, the left-handed pitcher. He's all right. He's all right. But when it comes to the Philadelphia Phillies, you got Zach Eflin. Again, Philadelphia had a horrible, loss in the last quarter, last couple innings as far as against the New York Mets. They bulldozed them, literally, in the 9th. They were pretty much tied throughout that whole time frame, and then New York Mets did it to them again. So, I don't know if it's the Mets are hot or the Phillies suck. So, until Philadelphia gets it together, even though they're headed to the playoffs, I'm going to, in this case, have to take Toronto because Toronto is the home team. I'm going to have to go ahead and take Toronto. I don't know under or over in that one. I'm not going to give you something I don't know. All right, next game that is a pretty decent game for my standpoint. I think it's the Washington Nationals, whose record is 18-29. So currently they're not in playoff contention. They're not even looking for a playoff spot, to be honest. They're out of it. Let's just say it, they're out of it. So, against the Miami Marlins. I called them the Mariners the last couple days. I apologize, Miami. Y'all been getting me bread, so I apologize, Miami Marlins. Where you got Sixto Sanchez pitching. Great pitcher, young pitcher. I've seen his last performance was very good. I got to go with Miami in this one, especially being home. Washington Nationals is a good away team, but in this case, they have really nothing to really fight for, while Miami kind of has been on a run when it comes to these home games and loading up fast. All right, so next game I got a second part of the doubleheader, the Pittsburgh Pirates against the St. Louis Cardinals. In this case, for the Cardinals, you got Ponce de Leon as the pitcher. For the Pirates, you got Chad Kuhl as the pitcher. Again, this is, not the greatest standpoint. This is a doubleheader, at a convenient location for both teams. It's really about who's ready, who's really has something to play for. Pittsburgh won pretty good yesterday. It was a good home win, but today I'm actually going to have to go a double down on St. Louis Cardinals. So I'm going double down on St. Louis Cardinals on both the doubleheader games. I typically don't do that because it's just not smart. All right, next up for the next game, you got your Chicago White Sox at the Cincinnati Reds. Chicago has been hot. They actually clinched their playoff spot yesterday by winning over the Twins, which if you bet yesterday, I told y'all I didn't want to go against the Twins. Y'all know I like the Twins. Y'all know I'm from Minneapolis. You know what I mean? I didn't want to go against the Twins, but in that case, Chicago Blue Sox. We call them Chicago Blue Faces. They did excellent yesterday. And I continue to think that they're going to continue to move forward and do great. I know Cincinnati Reds are fighting for a contention spot. So, that is something to look for. Do I think it's big enough to stop Chicago's bullpen? No. Tyler Mahle is going to be the pitcher today for the Cincinnati Reds. Just based on his stats, it's pretty decent overall. From what I do know, right now I'm showing he's 1-2 in his last starts. His ERA is 4.3, along with then you got Jonathan Stiver. He hasn't had too many starts. But his ERA is 2.45 just based off the ERA. And then you got Jose Abreu playing for the White Sox. I got to go White Sox today, and they're an underdog. So you always got to look for that underdog money. I don't know if you know about betting, but the best bets are the underdogs, somebody that everybody thought wouldn't win but actually won. So go ahead and bet that underdog, Chicago White Sox. Next game up, you got Mlb Cle and the Cleveland Indians, which finally got out of that 0-8 losing streak. I believe I told y'all yesterday to grab the Indians. They finally got out of that losing streak. I think they're moving forward, that they're playing for contention in the playoffs. They're just going to whoop on the Detroit team. I like Detroit as a city, but when it comes to the Detroit baseball team, there's a lot of things that you guys got to work on, and that can start next season because I don't think you're making the playoffs this season. I got to take the Cleveland, and this is Cle's show, so I got to take the Cleveland Indians on this one. All right, next game up, we got at 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time. We got the Atlanta Braves versus the New York Mets. Like I said, the Mets had a long game yesterday. They, won out. They fought back down again. Another game where they were down, and they fought back and got out of that one. So congratulations to the Mets. In this case, they've been definitely on a little streak. When it comes to the Braves, they're also in playoff contention. They're right now the number 2 spot in their division. When it comes to just previous trends, the Braves are 5-1 in the last 6 meetings against the Mets. With Fried being the ace for the Braves, or one of their better pitchers, I gotta go Braves today. Even though I know the Mets have a good chance of coming back, I might have to take them on a back-end ticket. But overall, I definitely got to go with the Braves. Over and under, I'm not even going to get into that. All right, then you got the New York Yankees. The Bronx Bombers. The Bronx Bombers against the Boston Red Sox. As you know, if you're a baseball fan, you know I'm not going to say I've been the biggest baseball fan, but I know a little bit about baseball, you know, just a little bit, you know. And a little bit that I do know, this has always been a big game as far as New York Yankees versus the Boston Red Sox. Not only for championships, but it's just always been a big game. It's always been a high-scoring game. Definitely got to take the over in this game. For the New York Yankees, you got Jordan Montgomery doing the pitching today. He's been pretty good as far as overall on the season. Let me show you what y'all. Let me tell y'all what he was been doing, just so y'all can see what I look at. All right, so for Montgomery, he is 2-2 with a 4.76 ERA, and then you got it Martin Perez, who is 3-4 with a 4.33 ERA. So these are some pretty good pitchers overall. You know, Red Sox are probably giving their better ending of the pitcher besides Evoli, as he won yesterday, run line, as I told y'all. But Boston's not a good home team. The Yankees aren't that good of a away team. That's because of lately. When the Blue Jays whooped on them, they kind of lost their away record or road record. But in this case, I got to take the Yankees in the over for that pick. Next game, you got Tampa Bay Rays versus the Baltimore Orioles. Glass now is going to be the pitcher for the Tampa Bay Rays. And you got Alex Cobb as far as the pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles. The Rays definitely smoked them yesterday. Well, didn't smoke them, but did well and won yesterday just outright. I believe they won by 2 points. Let me just look at the previous scores. You know, I forget because I had Rays, but you couldn't go run line on that pick yesterday. But beyond that, I would say, you know, typically I would say go Rays. Rays won 3-1 yesterday. Just like I said, they won by 2. So they won the run line. But in this case, Baltimore is still looking for a playoff spot. They are in contention. You know, Alex Cobb is not the worst pitcher, and Baltimore has a certain way of surprising you. So in this case, I'm going to tell you Baltimore run line. Typically, the Rays only win by 1. So in this case, I definitely just got to go Baltimore and play the field. All right. Next game up, I got Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Houston Astros. In this case, for the Astros, you got Zach Greinke, a right-hand pitcher, going against Zach Gallen. So it's the battle of the Zach G's. Who's the biggest G? Is it Greinke or Gallen? Greinke or Gallen? Gallen or Greinke? I don't know. In this case, Houston is a great home team. You know, if it was a away game, I would have more questions about who would win. Zach Greinke is one of their better pitchers. As far as for the Houston Astros, as far as Zach Gallen, you know, when it comes to his stats, Zach Gallen is 1-2 with a 3.15 ERA. So he's pretty good. He's pretty good. You know, the Diamondbacks are hit or miss as far as their bullpen. You never know who's going to show up. Sometimes they just hit it out the park. Sometimes they don't. I can't go with sometimes. I got to go with the Houston Astros in this one. And I'm typically going to go run line because I think it's going to be an over. All right, next you got Alex Wood for the Los Angeles Dodgers. If you're a Dodgers fan, it's a good year to be a Dodger. They're doing well. They're always doing well, but this year they looking definitely like the playoff team. So if you haven't betted a future yet or haven't discussed any futures, I definitely would say put some money on the Dodgers. You know, their bullpen's good, their pitching's good. You know, you can only know what to expect from them, and as we know, they've been cheated for a couple titles now. So I think it's definitely close to their time to win. Tonight for the Dodgers, you got Alex Wood versus Ryan Castellani, and Castellani is actually 1-2 with a 4.46 ERA, and Alex Wood is 0-1 in his last start. with a 4.32 ERA. So he lost his last game. But, you know, when you got Bellinger, Mookie Betts, Corey Seager, Max Muncy, when you got that lineup, you know, it's really hard to go against. You know, I know Blackman is a great player. He's done well. Trevor Story's done well. Arenado, he's done well this season, but you know it's tough to go against the Dodgers towards the last end of the season after they already clinched their playoff contention. You know, in this case, I definitely got to go Dodgers. I just got to go Dodgers. I like Dodgers. I'm a Dodgers fan. You know, so I got to go Dodgers. Next game I want to discuss is the Kansas City Royals versus the Milwaukee Brewers. You got Adrian Houser, the pitcher for Milwaukee Brewers, against Kansas City Royal Danny Duffy. In this case, I'm definitely going to have to go with KC. They're still in playoff contention. They're 21-29. Brewers are too. But Adrian Houser really hasn't been the best pitcher. And then when it comes to stats overall, between these two teams as far as trends, Royals are 9-3 in their last 12 meetings. 9-3, so that's 33%. No, that's 75% and 25%. As far as 75% of the last 12 meetings have been Royals. I'm going to have to go with 75% because I don't mess with 25%. And it's an underdog. So, again, you got to go with the underdogs. Going with the Royals there. All right, next game up. I'm going to save those next games for my Shark players. We got some big money tonight to win. As far as if you are a Shark player, this is a good time to make money, be around money, and get money. Suckers can't join Cle Sports Betting Channel. We are here to win money, not lose money. We're here to teach you how to bet and give you some insights on how we're thinking regarding certain bets. Love you. Subscribe, comment, and till tomorrow, I'll see you then.